Hello and good morning, YouTubers, family, and friends. This is Edward here at the Golden Palace this morning, December 23rd, 2023. It's about 7:30 a.m. John, my autistic son, is taking his morning swim in the pool, and it's a pretty beautiful morning this morning. This being the rainy season, it's off and on rain and sun. This is about the best you could ever hope for in the rainy season, is any kind of sun. A lot of times you get weeks of straight no sun, all rain. So I'm very thankful for this season so far. Both November and December has been pretty darn good. We get at least half the days are nice ones like this. So I'm very thankful of that. And just sitting here poolside this morning, having my morning drink, which is a little lemon water with some fish oil, and I eat all the peels of the lemon too. There's a lot of powerful vitamin C and nutrients in that, and antioxidants. Anyways, I was looking at my channel comments this morning, and one of my subscribers asked, how much do you need per month to survive there in the Philippines? And my comment back to him was at the absolute minimum, if you're gonna go absolute minimal living and you're only alone, is $800 per month. And that's the absolute bottom of the barrel, what you'd need per month to survive by yourself. And I'm talking survive. So you're going to be, probably not even have air con. You aren't going to have an electric bill. You're going to be renting a room somewhere and eating rice and noodles. And but you'll be able to survive just fine, but it'll be all minimal living. So then if you want to live comfortably, you got to bump that up to about $1,200 per month. So you can have air con and a fairly nice place that you can rent, a very small, just one room apartment, not one bedroom, just one room apartment. And a little bit better food to eat and stuff like that. So $1,200 a month would be absolute minimum for yourself, and that's that would not include you buying a motorcycle or buying a car or anything. That's just you're getting jeepney rides or just walking, and probably that would be. There is a difference also between province living and city living. If you're in the city, you may as well add $200 per month to that to live in the city compared to the province, and that's a minimum, $200 to $300, I would say. So if you go to the province, it's going to be a little cheaper for you, but then again, then your amenities and your daily, existence for living is going to be a lot poorer if you live in the province. Well, I live in the province, and I live way out in the jungle, but I have a compound I've made here, built that reminds me of just like a dream, right? I mean, it's a castle, a tower, a pool, swimming pool. I mean, it's not the reality of the way it is outside my gates. So, and if you have, if you're going to come here with one other person, a wife or girlfriend, or if you're going to find a Filipina girlfriend while you're here and plan on getting married in the future or what have you. So, a lot of the older gentlemen out there in the world, lost their wives through divorce or through passing away from cancer or something, and you want to make a new fresh start in the Philippines, because the women here are a lot of them are grounded, traditional wives, and they're going to care for you in your old age. And it's always good to have a wonderful companion until you're dead. So if you're going to do that, I would say anywhere between $1,600 and $2,000 per month to have a fairly comfortable existence with one other person. So be sure that you have also extra, extra savings. A lot of the insurances do not work here in the Philippines. Some do, some don't. So I choose to have no insurance whatsoever. I have no insurance. I pay for no insurance, and none of these exorbitant rip-off scams like a lot of people do. A lot of people have insurance because they're live in a state of fear. I trust in God, and I have a medical savings, cash savings. That's what I use for any medical issues that comes along. And they're going to come along. So I would say, to be really, really safe, you should have 20,000 US dollars in a medical savings that is never touched no matter what, if you don't have any kind of insurance whatsoever, and if you're going to stay here full time. Then again, I told the subscriber, if you're going to be flying, a lot of people want to fly back and forth, only be here in the Philippines for 50% of the year or something like that. If you do that, you may as well double all your estimates, because all that extra travel and maintaining 2 homes, you may as well double it. So if you're going to, let's say your budget for the Philippines is $1,000 US dollars a month, it has to be at least $2,000 a month. If you're going to have to save for tickets and for travel and for maintaining 2 homes, good luck, because that would be an absolute minimum, because it would probably be $2,500 a month or $3,000 a month if you're going to try to maintain a home in the U.S., which everything is so very expensive, and all the requirements in the U.S. they force you there to have insurances on everything. Right? Where here in the Philippines, you don't need insurance on anything. So that's the big difference there. So I would just really plan out what you're going to do. And like I said in another video too, a lot of people just can't pull the trigger. When they make plans and they want to leave and they go to get on the plane, they just can't do it because they don't have the adventure or spirit. And it's a big step. It's going into the complete unknown is very hard for people, especially a lot of people get older in their years and get set in their ways, and they don't have a sense of adventure anymore. So that's another thing to think about. If you really aren't completely 150% committed to doing the move, don't even try, because you're going to end up just putting your life in turmoil. And that's why I chose to sell everything I had. I mean, I had properties, I had land, I had all kinds of possessions in the U.S., and I got rid of all that stuff. Gave it away and sold it, all of it, every bit of it. Sold it much as I could, and then gave all the rest of it away to family and friends. And then made the move here to the Philippines. And that's because I plan on dying here. And the reason why I'm so convicted is that God told me, get out of the U.S. The U.S. is going to burn. It's going to be ground zero for in the coming years. And just get out. Go. So that's why I named my channel Foreigner Escapes to the Philippines. So that's why I'm here in the Philippines, and I used all my first pension to build this place for my family. Even if I have to even go back to the U.S. or go overseas, because I worked in the oil field all my life in Alaska. If I have to go overseas and even work a couple, 3 more years before my second retirement kicks in, and that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I might go for a couple years and and do some more work. At least I know I have a good, safe place that I've built for my first pension for my family here. Because I married Filipina. I have a Filipina son, half Filipino son that we had together, and then I have my autistic son John. So everybody has different cards that was dealt them through their lives and different situations they have to deal with for their family or whatever they got going on in their lives. So, make sure that you account for all that. So my budget's $1,900 per month. That's my budget I live on right now, and I won't have any more money unless I go out and work some more, or if I get my second pension that comes in 2 years from now when I'm 62. I'm 60 years old right now. So $1,900 a month, but we have 9 people here that I care for, 9. But like I say, I live in the province, and we're on a tight budget now, so there's no splurging, no traveling, no anything. We just maintain our living, and the budget's tight, especially the food budget, right? Because the inflation's going up so fast and stuff. And $1,900 a month barely pays for food for everyone and all the costs that associated with maintaining this place. So that kind of gives you an idea. 9 people, that's a lot of people for $1,900 a month. But I remind you that I have 0 loans. This place is paid for, everything's paid for 100%. So that's only just to maintain food and maintenance around here and things that we have to, gasoline for our vehicles and electricity and stuff like that. And my electricity bill is so very low too because I have solar here. As a matter of fact, I haven't paid an electricity bill in about 5 months. And that's partly because solar, but mostly because the power company doesn't know how to make a program for proper billing for people that are on the net metering program that I'm on. Because I'm one of the first ones in the entire province that has ever had a net metering program that was a new law from the federal government here, and the states and the provinces here are way behind, and they're everything's very slow in the Philippines. So don't expect everything to be, because that's not going to happen. It could be weeks and months before you get stuff done that you want to get done. So that's just the way it is here. And I've come to love that, because it's John. What's up, buddy? What? Are you happy? Yeah. He's having a good time. Because, like I say, I mean, you just better have some big, huge patience, because, like I say, it'd be weeks and months. And you just have to be patient, and you have to be kind and considerate, and don't make trouble. Try to work things out calmly with everyone. There's my queen right there. She's up for the morning, and it takes her about an hour or an hour and a half to prepare herself of makeup every morning. Oh my gosh, it takes so long. So you have to wait on your Filipina too. You have to wait very long for your Filipina. But that's why it's good for the man to be patient. So there's a lot of things to consider out there. Just take your time, formulate a good plan, and don't get caught short. I mean, like I say, I only have 2 income sources right now. I had 4 when I came here, 4 income sources. And 2 of them now have dried up and stopped. So now only it leaves me with 2 income sources now. So that's what I mean. Don't come here with only 1 income source, because if you do, if that one dries up, you're screwed, right? What are you going to do unless you have a big savings? And you better have a savings. I recommended between, at the absolute minimum, 10,000 on a medical savings. Should be closer to 20 to 30,000 medical savings U.S. And that's never to be touched, right? Unless it's only for medical, dental, and medical. And then you should have another emergency savings of another maybe 10,000 to 20,000 per month, and that's never touched unless it's an absolute emergency. Like if your income streams die, like two of my four died. So just keep that in mind. It's tough. Just make sure too, if you're gonna find a Filipino girlfriend or eventually marry, that you guys can communicate well. Some Filipinos, most of them understand English, but there's only half of those maybe that understand well the English and can speak the English well, where they understand English of what they're saying. It's hard to kind of explain, but they might understand a word, but they don't they understand the general meaning of it, but they don't understand, it in a sentence or in a phrase or the implications of what you're trying to say in English. So there's, good luck on that, because that's a huge challenge in itself. Every single day, we've been married 8 years, and every single day we have misunderstandings, and it's all because of the language. So that's one thing to consider and to think about. At the beginning, it was all cute and wonderful and stuff like that, but then after a few years, and then that gets old and it wears off, and then it's more into a misunderstanding, and then you get into arguments. So you have to have a patience and a kindness, which sometimes I don't do very well, because I'm a very high-strung person, and that's just me, my personality. But it's better to just be quiet and try to really take some extra time to understand your spouse, or even for that matter, any other Filipino that you're talking and speaking with. A smile goes a long way. Smile and a good attitude and a kindness, and that's more important than talking and speaking, because silence is golden, was the old rule. So anyways, you can do the best you can. Anyways, that's my long answer about what you should have for funds when you come here, and the absolute musts that you must have 2 at the minimum income streams, the more the better, and then have 2 absolute savings that you have to have, medical and emergency savings, have those also. And the more the better, obviously, but that's what you absolutely have to have minimum. And then your monthly, I already explained all your monthly. If you have other big, huge investments overseas, it's probably not good. That's why if you have properties or buildings or businesses that you're flying back and forth, if you choose that, it's going to be a lot of problems. And in your golden years, in your retirement, you don't want that. That's why when people say, "Oh, I want to fly back and forth," I would recommend not to do it. But a lot of people will do that for 2, 3, 5 years, and then they'll get to a point where they'll say, "You know what? I don't want to deal with what's in the Philippines anymore," and they'll stop going to the Philippines and they'll stay back in their home country. A lot of people do that. And that's why I said, you know what, I don't want to get in a situation that I'm doing that, because the costs are through the roof, So, like that's what my brother's doing right now. He was all gung-ho, and he's the one that got me to come kind of at the very, very beginning to the U.S. and or I mean to the Philippines, other than God telling me about that same time, yeah, go for it. You need to go there. I came here and visited only the one time, and that's when I met my Filipino wife now. I came here for the very first time. We met. We planned on marrying right away, and we did. Within 3 months, we were married. That's how quick it was. I hate the dating scene. All you that maybe have lost a spouse in any way and want this second chance and come to the Philippines, the dating game is terrible. It's, I don't care where you are. But that's why I recommend the sooner you get married, the better, because marriage is integrating into this country, into the culture, into the and from the government into authority here, and with families and neighbors and everything. If you're married, that's big. That's big. But if you're just a playboy dating, that's bad. You're going to get yourself in trouble, and you're going to have zero or low respect. That's why once you're married, then everything is okay, and you're going to gain huge respect in the culture here. So keep that in mind too. So anyway, I'm gonna let you go. It's kind of getting long here, but like I say, it's mostly cloudy still, but it's still a very beautiful morning for the dry season here. I mean, for the wet season. This is rainy season now. So anyways, like I say, I mean, we do a lot of work to maintain and keep this place beautiful for ourselves. And this is not indicative of what it's like in the Philippines. And I mean, we work hard and keep this place really well kept. And your work is never done when you own a property like this. Plus, we own agricultural land and all that to us. So we're constantly busy because this is our home now. I'm completely integrated into the Philippines, and this is where God sent me, and this is where I'm gonna probably die, unless God has different plans for me. But take it day by day, and love you guys all, and take care, and have a great holiday season. Please like and subscribe if you would. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.